Quite a few things I didn't like about this season. This season really wanted to kill off characters, I guess. Because they gave Jerry from last season a disease. But she doesn't die. The Simpson, they realized that they made him way too important. So they kill him off real quick. He gets mentioned a few times in episode 1. In episode 2, he shows up for like 2 scenes. And then dies in the second one after delivering a corny one-liner about how he's a monster, so he's the only one that can fight a monster. Then there really wasn't a villain to speak of. Sure, there was Jessica's mother, who was a problem in a few episodes, but she really wasn't a villain. She was definitely a bad guy. She murdered people. She deserved to be in jail. But she's not really a villain. Not a villain that a hero fights every day trying to stop them from robbing banks or from killing people. She was just a messed up person with a brain injury killing people. I do think it's pretty ironic that Jessica quits being friends with Malcolm over the fact of something he did to Trish. But then, like an episode later, she's not friends with Trish because of something Trish did. So it's kind of pointless to get rid of Malcolm, because you're not even friends with the person you quit being friends with him in the first place for. And I thought it was really stupid that they tried to, make it a big deal that Malcolm was sleeping with a bunch of women. Yeah, Jessica Jones did the exact same thing, and they acknowledged it for, one scene, and then they kind of just got rid of it. Jessica was constantly sleeping with people. She even slept with someone she never would have slept with in the first season. A random guy tells her nice ass, and you think she's about to kill him, but nope. They go in the bathroom. Definitely did not see that coming. That was one of the rare times I haven't seen, something the opposite happen in a show that I didn't see coming. I usually do. But yeah, she sleeps with multiple people. They try and make it a big realization during one scene, when she tries to sleep with Oscar a few seconds after they just finally got on good terms. And, they treat it like it's not a normal thing. But then in the 2 episodes later, they have spent barely any time together, and they sleep together. But they had treated like it's not a normal thing in that scene. They're like, hey, we barely just met. We didn't even like each other a few seconds ago. This isn't normal. We kind of get to see a realization on Jessica Jones' face. But that is it. Throughout the rest of the show, it doesn't really matter. She doesn't really change. Not that we see. We don't see more sex scenes, but she doesn't really change much from what we see. So I thought it was weird that they were like, oh, yeah, Malcolm went from one addiction to another addiction. That means it's bad. But Jessica Jones is completely fine with doing it. They acknowledge she's an alcoholic a few times, but they don't treat it as big of a deal as Malcolm or Trish's thing. I also find it funny that it went from one person with an addiction in season 1, Malcolm, to Trish now being an addict in season 2. Sure, I think they mentioned maybe once or twice she used to be an addict. But I thought it was weird that, oh yeah, we finally got this guy off drugs, let's put someone else on drugs. Because they had to have some problems during this season, since this season was very boring. I just didn't really care for it. I hope season 3 is better. But it was weird that Jessica's mom gets murdered, and then they're like, you know what, let's give her a happy ending at the end of the show. She hasn't really had time to cope yet, but now she's going to go hang out with Oscar and his son, because it just happened. But yeah, that's about it. Not really much to talk about.